Hey, welcome back to episode... Fuck, what episode is it? Man, I've been here too long. These days just seem to blur into each other now. 6. It's episode 6 of Freak Like Tea. My guests this week are a band called Attic Theory. I spoke to Lou, Matt, and Peter. The band have just won an award for Planet Rock's Best New Band 2020, despite only having 2 current songs released, Saints Amongst Us and My Own Design. As is to be expected with technology, I had a few technical difficulties by which the screen recording did not work. Therefore, you're just going to have to make deal with the audio and the visuals that I created myself. I'm not an artist. Here it is.
Sake.
Matt should be here in a second as well. I've just messaged him then.
Oh, he's probably doing his hair.
He's
Takes
late.
all ages to do anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, his hair looks fantastic, but
this is when he comes on now and looks like shit.
For him. So when you practice songs through this, how does it lag at all? How different is it to actually?
we have to do it like we're recording the song, so we have to do one guide track and then send it to everyone.
Oh, right.
And then we all play to it separately, and then Lou files it all together.
Oh, okay.
And then gets really stressed and then angry, and then
and then I have to sing to it as well. So
yeah, and then you gotta sing to it at the end and hope that it's all synced up.
Yeah.
And if only one of us is slightly out of sync, that person's got to do the whole video again.
Oh, no. So did you guys, was it yesterday you guys were playing Trivial Pursuit or something?
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, to be fair.
I had a horrible hangover yesterday. The worst in the world. Sorry, the drummer's always late. Sorry about that.
It's not like you have to do timekeeping for a job or anything like that.
I can only count to 4. Come on, cut me some slack.
So who won the game in the end?
Me.
Oh yeah, it was.
But it wasn't even fixed. Matt was pretty close. I just had a really easy question at the end. I think it was.
Okay.
It was the Righteous Brothers, wasn't it? The ghost question. I think that was my last question.
What was the hardest question you had?
It was some weird ones. Some of them, because you get adult questions and kids questions. So every now and again you just bottle out and go for the kids question, and they're like some of the adult ones because you kind of expected to know them.
No.
I got one about a kid's, was it a kid's book or a kid's film that I'd never heard of.
So obviously, as I explained in my message on your band Instagram, just to bring you up to speed. So because now you guys can't tour and bands all over the world can't tour, the next best thing that fans can do to support you guys is by buying band merchandise, which nowadays isn't as big a thing as it used to be for rock and metal fans. So hopefully with this situation it's going to push people into buying band merch again. So when you guys were growing up, what kind of things were you listening to? The bands you were listening to and the merchandise you might have bought to sort of go with it.
Yeah, I mean one of the first sort of, and it's probably a bit of a cliche, and most guitarists will say the same thing, but Appetite for Destruction was obviously a big deal for anyone learning guitar. And I had the Appetite for Destruction t-shirts as well because that just looked badass.
Oh, it does.
It's literally when you're in your teens and that's the coolest thing you can possibly wear, all the skulls on it and, and the hats and stuff like that. I literally I'd wear it on nights out, and then people would stop me and have conversations with me about music,
Yeah.
about Guns N' Roses, and just kind of chat just because they'd seen that shirt. So.
Yeah, I've got that's actually. I want the tattoo done one
That'd
day
be cool.
when I've got enough money for it.
That'd be awesome. I'd get that actually.
Do you know what? Pete, I'm with you there, mate. My teenage band. See, this is why we're in a band together, mate.
That's good though. That's a good thing.
How closely connected. Oh, it was written in the stars, Pete. my teenage band was Guns N' Roses, and it was all to do with that. I mean, the merchandise was amazing. You know, like I had the belt buckle, the Guns N' Roses belt buckle. It was the skull that I think Matt Sorum had it on his bass drum in the 90s. It was that kind of logo. I had a belt buckle. That was amazing. You know, t-shirts. I was a Guns N' Roses kid.
Mine was, I don't know if you guys ever remember this, there was the Alive top by Pearl Jam, where it's the little stick man. Yeah, that used to be my one. I know that one of the things I was looking at then is the guys that sent me theirs as well. Kenny's was Down, in the Phil Anselmo's band. I think Lawler's was Metallica, Ride the Lightning. And I think Tim's was Sepultura, I think it was. Chaos AD, all Sepultura stuff. That was the ones he was wearing. They just all messaged me there.
I've had to isolate up in Leicestershire, and it's a shame because my room is plastered with posters, mainly Guns N' Roses posters. So that would have been quite apt for this one, having those in the background. But so was it just t-shirts you had? Obviously, Matt, you mentioned you had the belt buckle, but Peter and Lewis, did you have anything else other than t-shirts, merchandise-wise?
I've got a necklace somewhere. Necklaces, this and that. What I used to do was I'd kind of, when I was a teenager, I'd look at what these guys were wearing on stage and go, oh, I need that. So I'd have a necklace or big chains, that kind of thing. But for me, mainly it was posters as well and stuff like that, and all these kind of things that get framed. Just people that inspire me. I was the Guns N' Roses kid. I was the merchandise kid. I've got a few Kiss things as well. I don't even know where they are now. Years and years old. But obviously we know the Kiss are the band for the merchandise.
That must be quite hard to come by, Kiss merchandise. Where'd you get that?
Oh, I know, yeah. I mean,
they're not known for merchandise, are they?
I can even get a Kiss coffin for when I pop my clogs,
Oh, God.
Jeez, your obituary. Probably would, for about 50 quid as well.
Yeah, with your own merchandise as well, you've got quite a lot of things. You guys don't just have t-shirts, you've got hats and bags and
Quite a lot of stuff.
flasks and lighters.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. We're not very good at advertising ourselves. We tend to forget about things like that.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not like this.
Yeah, so are those your favourite pieces of your own merchandise?
Mine, I like this one. I like our hoodies as well. Our hoodies are really
Oh, yeah. No, we have the warmest hoodies in the world, and only the bands have them. It's become a specialist group now, because people stop us in the streets. They know oh, you're an Attic Theory. This has got a massive logo on the back.
This one is my personal favourite. I always wear this because the fit of it, you see, right? Because obviously when I'm sitting down playing drums, so when I sit down playing drums wearing this, you can't see my spare tyre that I've developed. So, I mean, I am 33, nearly 34 now, so it's only going to get worse. So this is my top of choice these days.
So yeah, obviously the logo as well, it looks like an attic. I'm assuming that's on purpose.
We decided that we weren't going to design it ourselves, so there wouldn't be loads of arguments. We kind of give the gentleman who did it from Very Metal Art a little bit of a pointer in the direction we wanted, but he came up with the full concept for us. At first, there was an issue because Kenny thought it looked like the Spa logo.
It does.
On his many trips to Spa, so we changed it slightly.
I'm never going to be able to unsee that now.
The sides were longer, quite a considerable amount longer, and we chopped them off because, as I say, Kenny, with his frequent Spa visits, made us think it looked like that.
So obviously that's plastered on everything you've got at the moment. Do you have any plans for any different designs in the future?
Yeah, we do at the minute. I think we're just trying to, I don't know if you guys agree, but just trying to sort of staple the logo into everyone's heads so they remember it. So your logo is your brand at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's what everyone's going to see. They don't really care about our ugly mugs. They prefer to see that, it's, as you guys said before about Guns N' Roses, the cross straight away, that was their brand. for that period of time. But at the minute, I think we are going to be getting the cover. When the cover does get drawn by somebody, I think we probably might make a t-shirt with that on as well. But it's difficult. I don't really like photo t-shirts. I think they look really cheap. I don't know if you guys agree. Like,
it's hard to get it to blend, isn't it?
Yeah. They end up just looking like they've got really bad eczema. So
yeah, because if you've got like an album cover that's like blue and your t-shirt's black or something, you've just got a really awkward blue square or something like that, or whatever you've got. It just blends, like the Iron Maiden ones blend really well because it's just embedded into the shirt. So
I don't know. I disagree. If there was a t-shirt out there with a photo of my face on it, I'd definitely wear it. So
I'm just gonna get one made.
I would also wear it.
Why not?
You've got to do it now. That's the next thing you have to do.
We go for variety more than anything. I don't think we go for like different like logos and stuff. We tend to go, how much random crap can we put our logo on? Because people actually do like that.
Yeah.
We've had people buying like the water bottles, and we got key rings or something. I think we got like a lighter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it.
Because like Zippo, like all these mad stuff, but the more variety, people actually suddenly go, oh, actually that's really cool. But people buying the water bottles just because it looks cool.
Yeah.
You just a good logo on something that I would actually use.
Yeah, because we use a company called Corrosive Merch. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Really good. We don't have to order everything for at home. We have a selection of it. Well, I have a selection of the stuff here, but we order stuff in. So they'll buy it off the website, and then we all order it from the website.
All right.
From them. And so it goes straight to them. So all the weird stuff, we don't just have like lying around the house. We have a few bits of it, but not like loads of it. We order it directly from the supplier.
Yeah. When you play gigs, do you bring some of your merchandise with you to sell at the gigs? Because I can imagine you can't bring everything.
No, we just bring the t-shirt that I've got on here, a grey version of that. Then we got the one Matt's got on. We take beanies, snapbacks, and signed pictures. So we've got a choice of about 3 or 4 t-shirts. We've got an older t-shirt as well. With a bit of the A's, T's is just massive, but there's a limited run of them. So we take about 4 t-shirts and 2 types of hats. That's all at gigs. That's all people seem to really be interested in. CDs, but we haven't got one. So I don't think people play CDs anymore.
Speaking of CDs, you've only got 2 songs released. So when's the actual full thing due?
Hopefully soon. We raised the money for the next song. We've got an EP plan basically. We've got everything kind of ready. But we kind of put everything on hold last year because we did this big tour around Europe with Tantric, so we kind of probably would have done. It was like one or the other. You kind of had to go, right, let's go on tour, or let's get in the studio and do this. We can't do both. So we went on tour, sold loads of merch, got our name out there, got the brand out there, and then we kind of went back and we're like, right, that's great, we can settle on the studio. Oh yeah, we just won that award. Oh no, there's a massive virus now, we can't go out the house. So yeah, kind of put a pin in a few things. We actually had studio time booked and everything. To be honest, it's given us a chance to raise a bit more money to get more studio time. So we're hoping that it'll buy us a little bit of time to kind of put everything together, and then towards the end of the year we'll actually have the EP done.
You mentioned that you have another song that you're due to. When's that
we have an entire. Everything is ready to record. The whole set that we played on tour was the songs we're going to play for the EP. So it's all ready to go. You just need to get in the studio and do it.
We'd rather it be closer to an album, but we feel that these songs have a story together really, and should be on the same release. Rather than put something else on there that's new or anything like that, we want to just stick these as it's one sort of, as I say, the story. They all link together. They are our first sort of phase, and they blend well together. So it makes sense just to have these on one thing rather than add extra additional stuff just for the sake of it.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. So you did just mention as well that you did win Planet Rock's Best New Band Award. How cool was that? How did you feel about winning that?
Shocked, to be honest. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, I was made up. The people actually paying attention to us, which is great. I got woken up by my fiance screaming at me. Well, she wasn't screaming; she was making noise and pointing at her phone. It still hasn't really set in, even though with the big featuring Planet Rock at the minute, it's still not set in. What about you guys?
Yeah, well, we said, I remember me and Lou had a conversation a week or two before they announced it, and we were actually saying we're not going to win this. We actually had no idea what it was going. We were still pushing it,
Yeah.
but I think a big fact is, a lot of people didn't know where we came from, and we just kind of appeared out of nowhere. But we've just been on tour, and we've got a lot of people who still follow us from that tour. We've made a lot of good connections. So when we rally people online, they follow. We're not just gigging in Liverpool and in your local bars. We've been everywhere, and we make friends with everyone. So the following is actually pretty strong, and I think that's what helped tip. So when we actually asked people to vote, literally everyone we asked voted, and we had no idea that it was that big. And then we just we've been playing on Planet Rock before we even found out that we'd won.
The thing is, as well, for me, we've been in previous bands before. We're not just 6 guys that just turned up and decided to write some songs together. We've previously been in other bands, so we kind of, I wouldn't say we know what we're doing, but we have a rough idea, So it's we have a history there. We played some great shows, all of us separately together, and it's one of those things. A lot of that comes into it as well. The history of everything that we've got, and as P said, people support us throughout, even then as well, even with bands before. So
Yeah, of course. So the bands you were in previously, what's different about this band compared to other ones that didn't work?
Well, one of you guys want to take that first? I'll be here all day.
I think it's the more mature version of what we were probably trying to do in other bands. I don't know much. I mean, we knew like Tim's old band was like Rain May Fall, and we gigged with them. We actually gigged with Matt in Livewalk, didn't we? We did it before we met properly. It was probably about 10 years ago or something like that.
I've been manacled to you guys for a lot longer than I realised, to be honest.
So we technically all kind of gig together quite a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think you creative differences with the people that you're with, and then eventually you find certain people that you blend better with, and then you try. And the whole Attic Theory idea is trying to make the best version of yourself. So obviously coming together, getting rid of anything that maybe that didn't work, but then piling with people that it does work is basically what we're all about. So.
It's our sort of ethos. We believe, we just believe that the songs are great as well, and we all believe in what we do. Previously, there might be a song in. I don't actually dislike any of our songs, but I know that I have been in our old band Manchester, and there were songs that other people would write, and me and Peter absolutely hated them, but they were adamant to play them.
Yeah.
And they physically were like 3 songs in one, and we played them, and it didn't work, but we had to play them because it was just, it was just the way it was. It was unfair if we didn't. It's the only way we can say it. But now, if he was in this band, I would just tell him to do one. And you're not playing a song. There's three songs in one.
Yeah, of course. So out of the 2 songs that you do have released, Saints Amongst Us and My Own Design, which of those 2 are all of your favourites?
That's a difficult one for me, to be honest. What about you guys?
Between the 2, I reckon for me it's My Own Design. I think I don't know, there's something about that. I've always had more like really good memories of playing that for some reason. I think it's you get quite a good response, and when you're just kind of looking at the audience, and even year before last, we were like touring. We did a little mini tour with Elvana, the Elvis sponsored Nirvana, and we did a lot of these songs as well. And that was kind of the first time we properly brought these songs to people, and these were maximum packed out venues, believe it or not. And yeah, the reaction that kind of came back. So I've always had good. Whenever we play that song, I know it's going to get a good reaction. So
I mean, for me, I'm a little biased because My Own Design, that's the video that I was on, and that's the song that I recorded with you guys. So yeah, of course, I'm a little biased towards that. I mean, Saints Among Us, amazing. But My Own Design was the point where I could sort of put a fingerprint on it, and it was like, right, I'm in the band now, I'm in the song, I'm in the video, and when we did that video, I'd been in the band for, what was it, a couple of months, wasn't it, I think, when we recorded that. It probably wasn't even 2 months when we first recorded that song, My Own Design, So for me, that's my maiden voyage with
Yeah.
the band. That'll always mean something to me, you know, and I'll hold a special place in my heart for that one. So, yeah.
I think I've got to agree with you as well, because the thing is, for me, that's the song that's got people's attention. The video's got people's attention. We are re-recording Saints Among Us for the EP. We're not going to use that same version. That's why it's the fan edition. We've rewritten it as well. It's slightly different. I do love playing that live though, because we have a chance at the beginning. But for me, it's I'd say my own design's the thing that's actually made people listen to us. I think that's what it is. You know, they don't think. You know, we like to have a laugh on the videos. We like to have a laugh on stage, but you can't take yourself too seriously in this industry. That's one thing I think a lot of people are failing doing. They're taking themselves far too seriously. You know, we're not a joke band, but we like to have fun. You know, I don't believe. I believe that, you know, if you do a show, I don't want to be standing there, you know, making sure that my hair's okay, and I'm, you know, like, it's all about performing for people. But if they don't find you entertaining or comical in some sort of way, they're just going to think you're pretentious. The way we approach things is probably the best way to do it in these current times, I think.
How come you are re-recording Saints Amongst Us?
Matt isn't on it. It was a different drummer. It was our original drummer. I think enough time's passed that I can say why we got rid of him. But yeah, it just wasn't working. We weren't the best version of ourselves, and it was kind of ironic, you know, that we're preaching that we are the best version of ourselves when we clearly weren't.
We structured the song slightly as well, very, very slightly.
Okay.
So it's technically, we've got a slightly better way of doing it, so we're just going to do that as an updated version. Also means it gives the fans something that's slightly different as well. Plus you get to hear Matt's lovely, lovely drums.
But it's not the same producer either. We'd rather use the same studio.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So with this lockdown as well, people are having to find new ways to listen and do music as well, not just the fans, but obviously the artists too. So when this is all over, how do you think this is going to affect the music industry afterwards? Because obviously right now, people my age don't really tend to buy physical albums. They'll just listen to one song maybe, and then will just discard the rest of it. So how do you think after this the music industry is going to be affected by it?
I'm hoping that people have been locked in so long that they're going to go to every gig they can possibly get to, where we're going to be selling all of our merch.
Yeah.
I think what we're going through right now, you know, we've got no choice but to go through this. But I think if you look back the way the industry has been going recently, I think a lot of people have actually already been doing things like this. But now we've had to kind of pay it some attention because we've got no choice. But, you know, I think once the lockdown is lifted, you know, people will make the effort to go out to live shows. And what we're going through now, it's not ideal. It's put me way out of sync. I'm not used to working like this, but I'm trying to see it as an opportunity. I'm trying to see it as a way to better myself as a musician, to work with what I've got, and I'm quite enjoying it actually. It's pushing me to my boundaries, you know, but I can't wait to get back on stage again. I really can't wait. I've missed you all. I really have. I can't wait to share the stage with you again, guys.
That's the thing is as well, from us, like I'm the same. I think I agree with these guys. I think everyone's going to be bored. There's going to be an influx of gigs. Well, maybe not first. I think, you know, the first couple of weeks everyone will still be a bit on eggshells. But then I think it'll shoot up. Everyone will be outside. Everyone will be getting drunk. Everyone will spend time with each other. Because at the end of the day, I haven't seen these guys. Do you know what I mean? As well, It's like, from my point of view, I'd go to a gig with these guys just to spend time with them, because we haven't even been in the same room together. You know, even regarding, you know, just the gigging side of it. Like, as a bandmate, as friends, we haven't even been in each other's aura, basically. I agree with you guys. I think it'll shoot up. Everyone will want to go out. Everyone will want to do something. Everyone will want to party. And that's what I've missed. I've missed actual social interaction. You know, I'm enjoying my time with my future wife, but, you know, she's probably going to murder me soon. So it's you know, it's one of those things. You need other people's interaction. You need from family, friends. Well, they're even trying now. Even when there's a lockdown, people are still going to the park.
In the long run, this is probably going to help things in the long run.
Yeah.
It's going to be better for live music when we finally do come back, when everyone is having the same idea and we're all glad to get out of the lockdown. I think it's going to be a very, very positive thing.
So, last question. What new up-and-coming bands are you guys listening to that you think other people should go and check out?
It's probably an easy shout to mention Revival Black, because you know them, and they're from Liverpool as well. We've played with them on their tour in, was it February or January, something like that. Yeah, I mean, we follow a lot of the sort of new wave of classic rock bands as well.
Yeah.
So we try and keep on top with who is around. And yeah, I don't know, who have we played with?
We played with Dax and Roxanne. I remember we played with them.
yeah. Yes.
They were cool.
Camden, was it? Or?
Yeah. We played, I can't even remember who that was, but we played with loads of good bands. There was that many. We were meeting all these different faces, because our tour wasn't where it had a break in. It was just constant with the whole thing. So you're meeting new faces every day. I like, there's also Aston Beach, a Liverpool band, aren't they? Yeah, they were previously Equinox. They're good. I'm trying to think who else. Rocket Dolls are good. I've been listening to their new album. That's good. What else? And obviously Massive Wagons. Waiting for that. So
Yeah.
I used to do gigs with them. Well, not in the band, but when I was in Limehawk, I used to do gigs with them back in the Baker's Vaults in Manchester. Massive Wagons. I remember them from years and years ago. They're going places. Very, very good band. But I'm going to go for a different direction, if that's okay. I'm going to say Tantric, although they're not a UK band. We toured with them. I think, they've got their following over in America, and I think it's really important that people over this side of the pond listen to Tantric, because they're a great band. They really, really are, and they're not that well known over here, but I think they should be. These guys have cut their teeth and earned the stripes. Listen to them, check them out. Very, very good, Tantric.